he's not normally shaped for a forward. It's quite interesting. But anyway, Zach, it seems silly with having Chelsea FC's finest here to not talk about a guy who has shone throughout the year, but particularly in the Champions League as well, in Kovacic.
Yes, I think everyone's been so pleasantly surprised by Matej Kovacic. His first season at Stamford Bridge wasn't necessarily a success, you would say. He didn't really bring a lot. There was only his ball carrying ability, which he is still doing today. He's completing about 3.7 dribbles per 90, which is the highest at Chelsea, which is really, really impressive. And he did do that last season. At times it was kind of, you couldn't really tell whether Eden Hazard was on the ball or if it was Kovacic, because they've both got very similar patterns to their dribbling technique. But this year he's really stepped up. The things that kind of made him so good in Italy and also so good for Real Madrid was like his ability to get the ball back. He may lose the ball, but then he's always running back. And he's got this really fantastic technique to essentially slide from behind them, which can give you a red card, but normally comes out with the ball
Times it really well.
very, very often. But in the Champions League so far this campaign, he's got a goal, which isn't something you necessarily believe when Kovacic is playing. It's the one. I think if he could improve his goal scoring ability, he'd be up there with the top 5 midfielders in the world. But the issue is he's only got one goal in the Champions League, and in the Premier League he's got 3 assists and a goal as well. Though that goal was also a worldie against Valencia and much needed for Chelsea. But for Chelsea, he's arguably been the player of the season. Unless Billy Gilmour has a worldie for the rest of the campaign, it's Matej Kovacic. And where now he is currently injured now on the sidelines, but whilst other players were getting injured and people like Jorginho and Kante were in and out of the midfield, Kovacic stepped up properly and basically kind of won the game for us on many occasions. I can't think of how many times he's been an absolute workhorse and covered the amount of distance he has on the pitch. I mean, he's making 4.2 tackles and interceptions a game. That's ridiculous for a midfielder. And to think Chelsea only got him for 40 million euros, I think, roughly. I think we got quite lucky with that. Even though we had a transfer ban, we were able to bring him in. If he wasn't here this season and he went back to Real Madrid, God knows where he'd be. I would not actually like to think about it.
With those injuries,
You'd need Barkley to perform. I mean, he's performed well in the last month.
He's been better recently, but Matej Kovacic right now, well, before his injury anyway, was the kind of glue to our midfield. Especially we don't probably talk about it enough, but his ability to kind of take the ball from defence into attack has helped us so many times. So for our counter-attack of goals, I mean, he's been perfect.
I think it's 3.7 dribbles per 90, which is like winger levels. And he's just such a fun player to watch. He really makes it look so easy when he's on form. And as you say, making such a difference. I think only Messi has completed more dribbles than him in the Champions League this term.
Really?
Which is pretty crazy considering he's a midfielder.
I do remember that game again. I think that game against that 4-4 against Ajax. He was just running through the Ajax midfield like
he was just calling for the ball constantly.
He must have completed like 9 dribbles that night. I don't know what it was, but like he was just so good.
I forget how young he is as well. He's only 25.
I know. He's got so many years.
He's got such a good future at Chelsea. I just think if he could improve his goal scoring ability, that's when you would say he's like elite. Because currently, even his assists, he's only got 3 assists, which for a midfielder isn't necessarily something you probably want more from him. However, when
he's doing a lot of work.
When he's playing with someone like Mason Mount and Barkley next to him, you kind of assume, okay, you can't do everything. Let them kind of be the creative outlet for that.
Yeah, maybe not quite in that elite bracket yet, but he's certainly got an elite haircut. Me and Kovacic, exactly. I style myself off Kovacic. But anyway, let's move on.